If you're in a relationship, your partner is entitled to your body. Now, with all due respect, and respect is in a car with disgust at the wheel, hatred in the back seat. They're taking a road trip, visiting the landmarks and what have you, until one day, disgust pulls over, pushes respect out of the car, whilst hatred in the back seat. Go and find your own way home, you bitch. What's happened here? Respect is now on the side of the road. Respect is no longer here. Exactly, because people in this world seem to lack respect for their own partner, and I lack respect for you. So guess what? If you think like this, with all due respect, it is funny because it's not here, go and fuck yourself. Now, ever since Elon Musk took over Twitter, my feed is a cesspool, is a cesspit, is a cess, whatever the hell else noun you want to slap after it. It's just a random hellhole of bigotry, far-right propaganda. In and amongst my football and wrestling tweets, Elon Musk is fisting me in the ass, trying to force his beliefs, ironically, down my throat. And it's very concerning. And alongside that, you get, for the very obviously wrong reasons, you get tweets that go viral that just make you stop and, huh? What? I can't believe we walk amongst people who genuinely say such things or think such things, do such things. Now, you obviously saw it in the beginning. If you're in a relationship, your partner is entitled to your body. No, the frick, it's not. All right? Your body is yours. Their body is theirs. You don't have entitlement or whatever the hell in your head you've conjured up. You think you have some sort of right over another human's being sexual autonomy. Get a grip of your damn self. Now, on social media, there is this rise of controversy driving engagement, right? You see it on YouTube, you see it on TikTok, you especially see it on Twitter, where people post something, a video, a tweet, a TikTok, where they say something they don't necessarily believe in, or they do something that they know is morally incorrect. However, for the sake of engagement and the sake of the moolah, cash moolahs, to get inside my pockets, I'm gonna do it. And I'm going to pretend I fully believe in it and I'm enjoying every second of it. What do they call it? Grifting? Or whatever the hell the word is. I'm seeing it a lot nowadays, especially in the far-right community. I don't understand what is going on. Now, I understand what they're doing because obviously to them, the cash moolahs and the notoriety and the infamy that comes alongside it, in their twisted minds, they think they're something, right? They think they are someone in this community, and they think to themselves, yeah, this is a great way to live life. Let the audience dictate me. I understand what they're doing. They're doing it for the money. If they truly believe what they're doing is correct, they're sacks of shit. But simultaneously, they're sacks of shits if they're just doing it for the money. You know, what happened to just being yourself online? Who knows? But in this case, I urge you all to look at the screen right now. This account has 100 followers. You're not able to be monetized on Twitter. So you're tweeting this, you know, genuinely, or you're grifting to get that certain demographic that believe that it is the correct thing. Hey, you're in a relationship with me. I'm allowed to do whatever I want to you whenever I want to you. You know that demographic? You're grifting, whoever you are, 100 follower person. And not only that, you've slapped social media influencer on your profile. I don't know what you're influencing, but you should understand. And I know someone might comment, oh, they're just trolling. But that trolling, sure, maybe you are influencing someone, but you're influencing someone for the very wrong reason. And I've looked at a video before in a similar light. I'll put it up there if you do want to check that one out. We looked at someone from the UK who said, a woman comes over to his house, he orders Uber Eats. She's not allowed to leave until she gives him sex because he ordered £30 Uber Eats food. I don't want to even begin to try and understand what goes on in that person's head. They then followed it up with that it's a joke. Because, I don't think of myself as a comedian, right? That person said they're a comedian. I don't think of myself as a comedian. I still make jokes here and there. But there's one thing I'm not going to do, and that's joke about SA. Because I'm not a piece of shit. And then followed it up by saying, he's a social media influencer, this, that. In no light here do you look good. If it's a joke, it's a sack of shit joke and you're a piece of shit. Or you're a social media influencer and you truly believe what you're saying and you think this is the right thing to be influencing very impressionable people that have access to the internet. Either way, what are you doing? After seeing that tweet, I then saw another tweet pop up on my feed. Thankfully, it was in a much better light, and I'll read it to you guys because I truly believe in the message as well. This woman says, take sex away and you'll come to realize that not many individuals have much to offer emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or soulfully. Our society, this generation, is so pressed for physicality that y'all forget mentality and personality creates the bond and form longevity. Now, a lot of people, in my opinion, don't understand the true meaning of intimacy. They solely fixate on the intimate act of lovemaking in actually having sexual intercourse. But that's, in my opinion, sure, you can chalk it up as being one aspect of intimacy, but I believe true intimacy comes, as this person says, on an emotional level, on a more mental level. Because if you truly love one another, and you do things for one another that make each other feel safe and secure, the sex, naturally, is just going to be better. So I saw this tweet, and I do believe in it. Now, I believe that woman's tweet relates to the first one in the sense that once you take the sex away, you strip everything down. This relationship at its core, there's nothing there other than sex, and your disturbed and twisted need to have some sort of power over someone else's body. Once you take all of that away and you're left with that, I believe we're not just looking at mentality then, right? We're not just looking at someone's thoughts. We're looking at a dangerous person who are on a very dangerous path into making such thoughts a reality. Now, I found some examples of articles that I feel are important to look at. So if you look at the screen right now, this disgusting case comes out of France. I'm not going to read the entire article because it's a bit too graphic for YouTube especially. And I have a lot of viewers who unfortunately have been victims of SA. So I don't want to include such information in this video, but if you do want to read the article in its entirety, I will drop it in the comments, the description box, So if you do want to check it out, you can go out there. But here, I want to highlight this particular part, right? I tried to stop, but my addiction was stronger. The need was growing. Now, to provide some sort of context, a trigger warning, of course, to anyone who might be sensitive. to essay and speaking about it, discussions of it. This husband drugged his wife for 10 years and let other men, do what they want to her whilst she was drugged and unconscious. That is the extent of what I will say. But as you can see there, my addiction was stronger. The need was growing. Now, some people might label that tweet as a troll, but where are we drawing the line? Where are we drawing the line at it just being a troll? As you can see, a dangerous path. Now, some people might say, oh, but it doesn't always lead to that. But you have to remember the type of people that are online. You don't know who is online. There are a lot of impressionable young people, as I've mentioned, who read these things, who are already addicted to red pill type content, who believe that they have the right. If you are with me, I have the right to do what I want, and it's already very concerning. Now, this article as well that I found, you can't really see there, but a Singaporean husband convicted in Singapore of sexually assaulting his wife after marital rape law took effect. Once again, thoughts becoming a disturbing reality, and I want to extend my thoughts to men as well who do experience such abuse. I found this article as well of men who were detailing their experiences. I'd tell her to stop, sometimes breaking down and crying. Dated a girl for 3 years, I was the first one amongst my friends to be in a relationship, which I think kept me in it for so long, feeling that I should be grateful or have something to prize. Anyhow, turns out she was manipulative, emotionally violent, and at rare occasions physically violent, none of which I could see at the time. I had zero experience or things to compare it to. It took me about a year after she dumped me to have the thought, that was probably not good. Took me 15 years to realize a lot of the times we had sex quite clearly constituted rape. No blurred lines, straight up, me telling her to stop, and she continued with threats or by me being tied up. Now, I hope everyone realizes that, a man being sexually abused isn't a myth. It isn't a case of, oh, how can you be sexually abused? You're a man. If you ejaculated, you must have enjoyed it, because that's just not how biology works. And I hope the men who unfortunately do experience or have experienced such a thing, please do speak out. It doesn't make you less of a man, in my opinion, and you definitely shouldn't listen to society if they tell you it makes you less of a man. I believe there is strength in vulnerability, and I can only commend you for being vulnerable enough to open up about such a disturbing and traumatic experience in your life, in a situation where you're expected to be tough and fight back, as the traditional man. Don't be afraid to speak up if you need to. I feel like we got a little bit off topic there, but I felt it was important to showcase stories where it does touch on that mentality a little bit. I do think it's very important to speak up, everyone, so please do. And if you can see in the people around you, the young people as well, who perhaps consume whatever content it is that they consume, and they feel they have the obligation and the right to do whatever they want with their partner, please intervene. As soon as you notice language and behavior like this, please intervene. It isn't just a joke. When you see these clips of people making jokes like this, it's just not funny though, is it? It's just not funny. And I actually think it's very concerning that you're willing to make jokes about this. And it's actually putting you on a dangerous path, because the more you joke about it, perhaps the less or the more desensitized you become to it, that one day you act on those thoughts. And I hope you're thrown in jail if it comes to that. So please, everyone, be very mindful, especially of the young people in your life. But if you are going on dates or you are with someone who is already displaying such controlling behavior, I do urge you to seek professional support if you need so, to escape that environment. And I'm wishing everyone safety. And yeah, I saw that and I just got triggered. I felt like I had to just vent all of my feelings and my thoughts, my disgust. And I hope everyone who has been in that position, who have suffered, I hope that you have got the support that you need. And I just hope you're doing all right, basically. Hello everyone, Editing H here. Just wanted to chime in really quickly because I thought of a point that I forgot to mention during the recording, that I always see these like shitty debates on Twitter as well that ask questions and like get people's opinions and stuff. And I see this question, I've heard it talked about many times as well. If your partner doesn't have sex with you, we're talking in a marriage, right, or whatever the case may be, if your partner doesn't have sex with you on like a regular basis, like they always say they're tired or whatever the case is, what would you do? I tell you what you should do. See this? This is a hand. You go and get a grip of yourself. That's what you do. If you genuinely have, tried multiple times, you've spoken with your partner, I'm sorry to tell you, there must be an underlying factor, right? And that's for you and your partner to go to a professional, get some sort of support, come to a conclusion. And if that conclusion means that you have to go your separate ways, you just have to go your separate ways, right? Maybe they are genuinely just too tired, right? Maybe, you as an individual, you got to look at yourself as well. Are you doing enough on an emotional level that will make your partner want to have sex with you? People aren't machines. I'll flip the sex switch. Let's go, baby. No, if an emotional connection's not really there, your partner's not gonna want to have sex with you. So talk things out, right? Come to some sort of conclusion with professional support if needed. And I beg you, for the life of everything, I beg you, don't feel like you are freaking entitled to sex. I don't give a shit if you're married for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years. I don't give a shit. Don't force yourself onto the other person, and don't make them feel guilty and gaslight them. Oh, but we've been together this long. Everything I've done for you. Shut your mouth. So that was the point I wanted to make. Let me know your thoughts, everyone, in the comments. What are your thoughts on this disgusting tweet? See you guys next time. Please stay safe and watch out.